Good morning, everybody. I saw a lot of you last night at the sound bath. It was incredible. I think if you weren't able to make it, maybe Henry will be able to tell us more. Maybe there's a chance that it will be up online for viewing or listening to, but it was really pretty neat. Maybe they'll be able to do it again. Thank you for waking up extra early. 15 minutes doesn't seem like a lot of time, but it can feel like a lot of time. So let's go ahead and get started. Opening up, feet hip width, shoulder width apart, settling into this space. The feet are parallel, so the channels are open evenly in the front and the back of the body. The feet are relaxing into the earth. The knees are soft. The tailbone is dropping just a little bit, maybe creating a little bit of space in the lumbar spine and the lower back. And the tip of the tongue is touching the roof of the mouth as the shoulders relax. And the very top of the head, the crown of the head, the apex of the head is reaching up just a bit into the sky. Also allowing for a little bit of space in the cervical spine and the neck. And then breathing in and out through the nose. We're going to start tapping. I'm going to try to mirror you. So we're tapping with the right hand to open up the left side of the body. And we're starting at the lower dantian, which is 3 to 4 finger breaths below the belly button. Moving up the midline of the body. To underneath the clavicle. Underneath the arm. Down the side of the rib cage. On over to the front of the body. The top of the arm. Coming down the outside of the arm. The arms have 6 channels running through them, 3 yang, 3 yin. The legs also have 6 channels running through them, 3 yang and 3 yin. So even by working this simple tapping exercise that we do in the mornings to warm up, we're still accomplishing quite a bit. Wiping out anything we don't need or want. Letting it go back into the earth. Before settling in once again and opening up now the right side of the body. flowing down. And then wiping out anything you don't need or want, letting it go back into the earth. And then widening the stance a little further. I'm going to scoot over, so hopefully I'm more centered. But typically we're only moving the left side of the body, the yang side of the body in this system. So from here, we're going to tap the inner thigh and then up at the hip, working on opening and warming up those channels in the lower half of the body. Relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the elbows, the wrists. Breathing in through the nose. And then continuing on, widening the stance a little further as we travel down the inner aspect of the legs towards wherever it's comfortable for you. Please don't strain your back or the hamstrings. If you're feeling fairly flexible this morning, go ahead and tap to the just above the inner ankle before then transitioning to the lateral aspect of the leg. Guiding yourself back on up towards the hips. And then once you reach the glutes, go ahead and slide the left foot back to the right, creating that or maintaining that hip width, shoulder width distance. Coming on up towards just underneath the rib cage. Waking up those kidneys, that kidney energy. Placing the palms at the low back, circling down the sides and up the spine. Resting the palms at the low back. Trying to relax the shoulders as you do so if possible. And closing the eyes. From here, strengthening that connection to the low back and the kidney chi. As we inhale, guiding the breath and the chi to the palms. Allowing that low back to fill up with energy. And then as we exhale, allowing that energy to flow to wherever it's needed within the body. Inhaling, visualizing using the mind's eye, the mind intention to draw the breath and the chi to the low back. And exhaling, allowing it to flow to wherever it's needed within the body. Inhaling and exhaling now at your own pace. Allowing the mind to connect with that low back, with the kidneys. Allowing the body to rest and relax. And then when you're ready, gently opening the eyes, letting the arms come back down to the sides and closing by bringing that left foot back to the right. Okay, so last week we started out with the lung and large intestine exercise. And then we also did the spleen and stomach exercise of the Golden 8. We're going to actually start at the beginning of the Golden 8, which is the lung and large intestine exercise, and then continue on through the typical order, the normal order, the traditional order of the Golden 8 exercises this week. So that's going to be slightly different than what we have been previously doing. So we're going to open up. The feet are hip width, shoulder width apart. This exercise is reach for happiness. It's for the lungs and large intestine. We're going to sweep the arms out to the sides as we inhale, gathering the chi in front of the breastbone. And then as we exhale, we're guiding that chi down to the lower dantian. The palms are facing up. As we inhale, we're guiding both hands, both palms, to the breastbone. Exhaling as the palms face the earth, interlacing the fingers. And then inhaling as we reach up above the head. You don't want to lock the elbows. You want to keep them fairly soft. The gaze is at the backs of the hands, the backs of the fingers. And if you feel comfortable doing so, please come up onto your toes. It's easier if you go to full extension on your toes. If you try to go halfway or partway, it's actually a little more difficult to balance. So with the breath, we've inhaled. We're going to take an extra exhale, inhaling once again. And then exhaling as we part the hands, sweeping them down to the sides and coming back to the earth. So we're inhaling, gathering the chi in front of the breastbone, allowing the palms to communicate with the lungs and the heart. Exhaling down to the lower dantian, keeping those palms facing up. So as we inhale, we're raising the chi once again to the breastbone. Exhaling as the palms face the earth, interlacing the fingers, and then inhaling all the way up, allowing this nice stretch to open up the diaphragm, open up the ribs, open up the lungs. Exhaling, inhaling one more time, and then exhaling as we sweep the arms out, coming back to the earth. A few more times, inhaling, exhaling, in and out, inhaling and exhaling, in and out. Inhaling as we gather, exhaling as we guide the chi down, inhaling up to the breastbone, exhaling, palms facing the earth, inhaling all the way up, exhaling, inhaling once more, and exhaling, returning to the earth. In and out, inhaling and exhaling, in and out, inhaling and exhaling. Okay, let's do it a few more times at your own pace, working with your own breath. Feel free to move a little faster or a little slower. It's whatever feels best to you in your body. You want the breath to feel as unencumbered as possible. So you want it slow enough that you can encompass as much of the torso as is possible for you without straining. You don't want the breath to be working too hard. You want it to allow it to enter and exit the body as relaxed as possible. About one more time. And then when you're ready, go ahead and close by bringing that left foot back to the right. Okay, so that was reach for happiness, lung and large intestine. Now we're moving on to the archer exercise, which we did yesterday. And yeah, let's go ahead and start. Opening up, hip width, shoulder width apart, a little wider is okay. We're gonna start on an inhale by softening the knees and raising the hands in front of the breastbone. Since we're starting to the left hand is on the outside, the right hand is on the inside. And then we're going to push out with the left, creating a claw with the right. So we're exhaling, inhaling, flipping the palm so we can see the inner wrist as we guide both hands back to the center. Now the left hand is closest to us, the right hand is on the outside. And then we're exhaling as we push out, drawing that left claw back, inhaling, coming back to the center, exhaling, gaze at the very tip of the middle finger going out, inhaling at the inner wrist as we bring both hands back to the center, exhaling, trying to keep that hand as flat as possible. Inhaling, coming back to the center without moving into pain. Exhaling. And inhaling. Exhaling. And in. Exhaling. If you like, you can sink to the rear leg. And then inhaling, coming back to the center with the arms. By bringing our awareness to the inner wrist and the tip of the middle finger, we're activating and strengthening our connection to the pericardium channel, which is the heart protector. So we're treating the heart in an indirect method, strengthening the heart, regulating the heart through the pericardium. Go ahead and start working with your own breath, exhaling as we push out, inhaling as we gather back to the center, exhaling as we expand, inhaling, coming back. If you can, go ahead and try to keep your arm, clavicle, elbow all on the same plane. So that you're not tilting too much up or down. Allowing the breath to inform the speed and pace of the movement. Trying to let one movement flow into the next. Next time you finish the right side, go ahead and pause in the middle. When you're ready, releasing the hands and closing by bringing that left foot back to the right. So that was the archer exercise. We're going to go with the third exercise now, which is between heaven and earth. It's the spleen and stomach exercise. Opening up, hip width, shoulder width apart. A little wider is okay, especially if you're tall. Very similar to the first exercise, we're sweeping the arms out to the sides as we inhale, gathering in front of the breastbone. Exhaling, guiding the hands down to the lower dantian. This is where it gets a little different. We're inhaling up to the breastbone, and this time the left hand is going to continue up, whereas the right hand is going to push down. The left fingertips are moving across the body. The right fingertips are pointing straight forward. We're inhaling all the way up, coming up onto the toes, if that's comfortable for you. We're not going to hang out at the top. We're going to reposition the hand. So now it's going to slide along the midline as well as the lower hand coming up the midline so that they can meet at the breastbone. That's an exhale. And then we inhale into the breastbone, into the chest, the pectoral sheath. Exhaling, pointing the fingertips down, moving down the body and all the way out. So we're inhaling, gathering in front of the chest, exhaling, guiding the chi down to the lower dantian. Inhaling, this time, once the hands come up to the breastbone, it's going to be the right hand going up, the left hand going down. We're still inhaling, the right hand pressing flat against the sky, against the heavens, the left hand pushing against the earth. And then we exhale, coming back to the breastbone. Inhaling, pointing the fingertips down, and then exhaling all the way out. Going back to the left side, inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Inhaling, mixing the chi between the earth and the sky. And exhaling all the way out. In and out. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Inhaling and exhaling. A few more times at your own pace.
And then when you're ready, go ahead and close. So now what we're going to do is we're going to review all three. We're going to do about 2 to 3 of each exercise. I'm going to talk through the first one about the breath, but then I'm going to stay quiet so you can really relax into the exercise. And if you aren't like super sure about the exercise, don't worry, just do the best you can. Try to allow your mind to rest and relax. I say that a lot, but that's because our brains work so hard for us. So these exercises are supposed to allow the brain to relax, to focus on the movement, to focus on the breath, so that it can take a break from the regular everyday stuff. Let's go ahead and open for the lung and large intestine exercise. Reach for happiness, settling into the space. Inhaling, exhaling, in and out. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Two more times at your own pace. And when you're ready, close. The archer for the heart and small intestine. Inhaling, exhaling, in and out. Inhaling, and when you're ready, releasing and closing. And then our spleen, stomach exercise between heaven and earth. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling and exhaling. In and out. And then when you're ready, go ahead and close, bringing that left foot back to the right. All right. Transfer some of that chi to the palms, bringing them together, rubbing them together. And remember, try to keep your feet as close together as possible. We're now wanting to retain all that energy that we've been cultivating over the past 45 minutes. And classically, men place their left hand first on the lower dantian, right hand on top. Women classically place their right hand on the lower dantian, left hand on top. I'm not going to mirror you here. We're all going to draw a circle in the abdomen, going up the right and down the left. So up your right and down your left. Starting to gather all of that chi that we've been working on, cultivating and gathering into the lower dantian. And after we've done 9 circles going up the right and down the left, we're going to do 9 circles going up the left and down. Here we're concentrating that energy. Once you've completed 9 circles, resting the palms of the lower dantian and closing the eyes. Inhaling through the nose, guiding the breath in the chi to the lower dantian, allowing it to fill up with all the energy that you've been cultivating. Exhaling, allowing that chi to settle and store so that you may use it throughout the rest of your day. Inhaling, gathering all that chi into the lower dantian. Exhaling, allowing it to settle and store. And taking a few more breaths at your own pace. Bring everything back to stillness. Thank you, thank you, thank you for waking up extra early on a Thursday morning. Henry, please answer questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
How
you.
come everyone's incognito today? We can't see.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, everybody. Okay, so I have a couple of things I want to cover.
Hi, Corey. Sorry.
Oh, no problem. Okay, so so just a few announcements and reminders. First, so we had a sound bath last night. That was really incredible with my friends Ryan and Petra. If you weren't able to join us, or even if you were able to join us, we are working on putting that online, and we're also putting that together with the audio that they have recorded locally. So it's going to be even higher quality than what you experienced last night. So I will send out that link. We also, if you don't know already, all of these classes, we're on class number 7. So this is our 7th day. If you've been joining us from the beginning, thank you. This is the momentum. And so try to keep it up. But yeah, it's the 7th day now, and we have all of these exercises. We're going to have this one available later today as well online, so you guys can enjoy it. Please, please share it with people that you know is going to benefit from this. So whether that's your friends, your family, we really want to just get these exercises out there so that, you know, more people can really enjoy and benefit from this, especially right now. Let's see. Oh yeah. So one more thing about, yesterday I talked about commitment and staying committed to yourself. The main thing with regards to that is really getting out of your own way, getting out of your own darn way. We have a lot of excuses. We have a lot of reasons why we don't do certain things. One of the things that I learned is that when you pair something that you want to do, you want to pair it with some reward or something like that. So for example, with Qigong, usually you feel more relaxed, you feel like looser, you feel great about yourself after. So try to remind yourself of that each day. When you wake up, you're like, oh man, I don't feel that great, I want to sleep in, okay? Similarly, when I do photography, like the reward that I have for getting up god awful every morning to do it is the reward of seeing that amazing sunrise. So whatever your reward is that you get out of doing these things, that's one great way to help you keep doing what you know is going to be good for you. So again, thank you very much. That's it for today. And we hope to see you again tomorrow. Have a great rest of the day.
Oh, question.
Hello? Question.
Yeah.
Yes. I had a question, and hello, Melanie. Hello, everybody. When we're doing the archer exercise, when we're in full extension, I tend to feel a stretch in the inner aspects of my arm, and I tend to push that a little bit because I figure, I'm giving the channels a little bit of a work. But I know I tend to be a bit of a pushy guy, and I don't know if I'm overdoing that, if I should come off it. It doesn't hurt. It just feels like I'm trying to put some oil into those meridians. And I didn't know if that was the correct or not so correct approach.
Okay, so that's a good question. And this is really a delicate balance. You definitely don't want to push until you feel like a burn or pain. But it's going to be a little bit of resistance. And that little bit's okay. So it's okay if you feel a little bit of that resistance, because most of us can't be like totally flat.
Right.
But think about it as if you're pushing against an invisible wall, and there's going to be a little bit of a stretch. You are going to feel a little bit of that stretching here, especially in the pericardium channel, and we do want to activate that. So you're doing the right thing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. Anything else, Les? All right. That's it.
Hello?
Okay. Have a good day.